I'm getting to make a video before having to drown myself in farm work. Hey guys, so get this. I've been ready to really do this for a while, but I figured there's so many more popular channels doing it. But I do notice there's certain things the mainstream channels are missing, so I've decided it's time to kind of let it come out. This is going to be a review of Patience. It's going to be as spoiler-free as possible, but at the same time, I'm going to be covering a couple of things the average doesn't. Now, that said, we're going to let my nerd come out in full force. When the credits listed Robert Berens as a co-executive producer, I pumped both fists in the air and shouted like my team had just won a touchdown. For those who don't know, I've been rooting for Berens to become an executive producer for season 14 if we survive season 13. In season 12, he went from author and supervising editor to supervising producer, and he was announced for Wayward Sisters showrunner with Dab, and I seriously trumpeted. And I trumpeted again, seeing Eric Kripke in a production capacity rather than just listed as created by. Given he's still just listed as as an executive consultant, but when it comes down to it, who are they going to listen to on a set if there's a Kripke and a singer? That's right. This means that now both Jeremy Carver and Eric Kripke are back to poking Supernatural as producers, and my favorite late era producers catapulting forward. If anyone noticed this episode felt a good deal like season 4 abouts, that's because Kripke's back and cooperating with Carver like old days. It's worth noting that Robert Singer directed the episode, which is fine as long as he's not an unchallenged showrunner on a concept. Kripke, Carver, and Berens balanced him out, and Dab fell back into his old groove with Kripke and Carver. Berens also wrote the episode, though Dab no doubt had input since Dab and Berens will be running Wayward Sisters together. Basically, all Singer could do was sit and direct, and like old days, it worked beautifully. Now, severe nerdism aside, some of the delivery seemed rushed, but they had a lot to do. Jared is back to actually acting again and not just kind of bouncing through. I actually felt feels again for everyone. I felt feels for Sam tearing up. I felt my heart wrench out when Dean lost his ass on Sam about Cass. Sam continues to try to build a much-needed partnership with Jack, offsetting the team imbalance with Dean having a magical helper that sometimes nods in Sam's direction. Sam's back burned too long, as I've mentioned in other videos. It's not been okay. I was happy to see them fixing it slowly in season 12, but season 13 is finally taking real motion on it. My dog is conspiring against making a clean video. I'm just going to keep going. Ironically, it may have inspired the Sam player in our game, actually, to come back. Once life cooled down, he'd been so burned out on the lack of balance and how downtrodden Sam was, he just kind of lost interest. The character was little more than a fountain of, hey guys, so get this. According to the lore, and the occasional near obstacle argument for Dean instead of some old proper offset, Sam's been in desperate need of a new wingman since the end of Ruby. It will push him forward to be the main character like he used to / was meant to / is supposed to be, even if Jensen technically makes $50,000 more per episode now than him, but I think that's simply a matter of how popular they are, and this can fix that. I'm sort of both ecstatic and frustrated at the rendering of where Cass is right now, because it's going to seem like the game I just mentioned that I run ripped it off instead of the show happening to do everything identically right before us. But hey, that means I know the show really, really, really well, right? Or something. That said, the energy was back. I haven't felt truly excited about and during an episode for years. Not just yay Supernatural, but engrossed. The music was back on original delivery, the horror birthed back in Kripke's presence, but the characterization and growth was still strong. I had admittedly braced for, oh god, how bad is Wayward Sisters going to be? And I'm sitting here kind of vibrating for the next pilot episode. Wayward Sisters has a real future, and so does Supernatural, especially if Carver and Kripke both continue to poke around with Berens pressing forward in the ranks. I am happy. No ifs and as or buts about this episode. If the production team and the series and spinoff keeps trending the way it is, the only way I can put it to anti-cast / Destiellers is sorry. Cass isn't going to go away with this team piloting Carver, Kripke, Berens, Dabbs, Skrisha, Michaels, Thompson, Wanek. Holy crap, send help. The only way this could get more is if we got Edlin back on the tape. They're coming back and helping guide Wayward into a new future and a new horizon and something with shape and form. It is worth noting that there's a certain cult in the fandom. I'm not going to call anybody out specifically, but they're known for their wank, that has been trying to boycott this because it doesn't directly feature Sam and Dean all of the time, and it's going to be a spinoff without Sam and Dean. So we're going to... Okay, so first of all, this is going to dog down the season ratings in a show that's struggling. And that's the point of a spinoff. It spins off. It's also worth noting that despite their attempted boycott of all Wayward Sisters related episodes, the ratings went up 1 point, I think it was 37%. The millennial demographic went down, but the other age brackets went up on viewership. So we can see that they're trying to pull out, and they didn't do it well enough because older audience is still interested. So that's that. Make sure you spread the word, especially about the Wayward Sisters pilot. Reach out to all of your friends. This is a new horizon that they can tune in. All those people who are like, I kind of want to watch Supernatural, but there's so much to catch up on. I'll never be able to do it. Wayward Sisters is a great way for you to bring them into the fandom and just explain, look, it's based in the same universe, but they're going to be giving a clean slate storyline. We just need this pilot to succeed. Go talk about it at work. Go talk about it at school. Go talk about it at the mall or wherever it is you hang out with that has people. Talk about it on your social media. Get the hype up. Get this trending. We need it for the future of Supernatural. We need it for the future of Wayward Sisters, obviously. And I'm just going to be blunt here with Berens and Dab at the charge as the creators that are going to be running Wayward Sisters, with the tilt that Berens has been putting on it for the last couple of years. There is a blatant thing that most people that subscribe to my channel may glean out of this, and that's the success of Wayward Sisters is probably pretty much directly proportional to the likelihood of on-screen, inarguable, can't be knocked down Destiel canon. They've been setting it up. Catherine approves of it. Jensen's been getting more emotionally okay with the concept of it. And just flat out, the bulk of viewership, and I'm going to be proving it again with like 7 different sources on my chart, is in the Destiel viewership bucket. There has always been the fear of holding on to that last percentile. But if they're already boycotting the show, they're already not being counted toward that age bracket. They're not being counted towards the demographics. They're not adding to the viewership, whether or not it's getting added. So there's no reason to fear actually appealing to that and importing a giant bulk of previously disassociated viewership. That said, spread the word. Intelligent Shipper, signing off.